Growing up, I played baseball, basketball, soccer, golf, you name it, I've done it. School was easy. I mean, I would sit in the back of the class with my friends, try to get a B. You know, I didn't really care. I just wanted to get my degree, move on, get in the golf industry and work there for as long as I could. They say you don't know what you had until it's gone, and I thought I've had 20/20 vision my whole life, and that's what it would be like throughout. I never thought I could go legally blind at 19, and then things changed. When I was first diagnosed with LHON, I was devastated, I was depressed. I asked why me every single day for a month and a half. In a matter of 2 months, my vision went from 20/20 to where it is now. There's millions of neurons in around your optic nerve, and for me, they're dying off. If you compared your visual field to a donut, I have the donut part, I have this whole peripheral vision, but I have nothing in the center. When I look at people, their face and all this area is completely blurred out for me. The classroom, I've realized, is my least favorite place to be. There's a lot of people, there's stuff being written on the board, and the teacher goes, "All right, class, what does this mean?" Or if you look at this, if you focus on that, then you'll realize that it has to do with this. I mean, all these this, that's, those, if you see that, that's just when I go, well, I can't see it. So, I mean, I'll just kind of zone out for this point of the lecture. To ask a question like, say, hey, how do you spell that, when I know it was written on the board? It's apparent to everyone else. It's just gonna draw attention to me when I don't want it to be like that. It's an insecurity. I mean, insecurities in people's lives, they don't want to tell other people because they're afraid of how they would react. And for me, that was my insecurity.
My name's David Hayden. I'm 24 years old, and I was born with a visual impairment known as bilateral optic nerve hypoplasia. The physical world is less accessible for me with my limited vision, but on a computer screen I can get as close as I need to. It was an even playing field for me. In 2007, we were filling up a dozen chalkboards in 30-45 minutes, and I simply couldn't keep up with note-taking. So in a very real sense, I felt like if I didn't come up with a solution, then I wasn't going to be able to finish the math degree, and that just wasn't acceptable to me. And so I decided that if we can put a camera connected to a tablet PC and put some motors underneath it, then we should be able to provide a student with views of the board and their notes. We have the first generation, which was just a proof of concept. We were using off-the-shelf parts, some of them literally from Walmart. The second generation note taker was using industrial components, and in fact, housing the camera was a Skippy peanut butter jar. And the third generation was roughly the same hardware design as the second generation, but the shell was built to be much more rugged and as aesthetic. We started the Note Taker project in 2007, and we didn't find out about the Imagine Cup until 2009, in fact.
Some of the brightest students from around the country are in Seattle. They are competing in Microsoft's Imagine Cup.
It is like the Super Bowl of technology.
The goal of the Imagine Cup is solving the world's toughest challenges. And our project fit it so well that it was as if the competition was built just for our project.
First prize goes to Team Note Taker from Costa.
Which started as a desperate attempt at trying to allow myself to finish a math degree, could generalize into a product that could help low vision individuals in the United States and even in the world beyond that. Right now there's about 20 million low vision adults in the US, and the hope is continuing to develop technological solutions to problems or to reinvent the way that we interact with our world.
I can tell that there's a whiteboard there or a blackboard, but when things are being written up there, I can't see a thing. This, oh, star this is gonna be on the test. I'm like, ah, man, I feel like I'm missing out.
I believe that technological solutions, more than policy solutions, are the way to overcome barriers of access and to empower individuals with disabilities. We've really accomplished something here. And I like to say that I'm just getting warmed up.
When she was talking about people that I didn't know, or when she was writing things on the board and said, look at this, I was able to zoom in and see what she was talking about and not have to raise my hand and say, hey, what is this? How do you spell that? I think I am missing out on things, but I think everyone's missing out on something. I mean, that's why you make decisions in life. You can be doing this, you can be doing that. I've done way more now than I did when I had my vision. I've got nothing to complain about. I know I'm legally blind, but I have nothing to complain about.